Hello everyone, today we will go over our new employee section, but before we do that I want to go over one more thing that we added to Strict Manager, and that is sending notifications to your employees. Let's say we have a job here for Carl at 10 a.m. We move this job from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. and this here, the bell that was before in gray color, now it's orange. So we click on that, we see that notification exists, we can send that notification to our employee, and once employee receive that notification on their phones, they can click on that, and that automatically will take them to the Strict Manager app and refresh jobs for the day. That way you don't need to call your employees or text them and tell them that schedule was changed. Alright, so let's go to employee section right now. This new section has a couple subsections right here. And then in the first, you can modify employees, change the names, passwords, look up past jobs and future jobs. But the most useful and most important sections are this number 1 and number 2. That's how you track employee time, and that's how you pay your employees. So before we go to the paycheck where we look up accumulated salaries and times for employees, we need to fill out the day. Every day should be saved for employees, and information should be filled out. There are two ways to pay your employees. One way is pay by hour, and another way is pay by percentage from sales from the job. So let's go over paying employees by an hour. So if we see here, Carla has a job scheduled from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. One way to pay employee, we can pay them combined jobs time. So we can simply assign this time, and we'll see that 2.5 hours here at the bottom and the pay hourly rate, and that's 2.5 hours. If her rate is $14 an hour, comes up to 35. And then another option is to assign job time when employee marks start and end time for the job. Let's say the employee started job at 10 a.m. and finished at 12 p.m. Right. Save it, and once employee save that on the app, we refresh this for the day. You can see that here from 10 to 12 mark time appeared, so we can simply select this time and pay them based on that. Another option is GPS estimates of employee. Goes to the app and clicks in, clock in with GPS, then the GPS button appears, and then you can trace employee on the map. But at the same time, it will allow automatically to calculate start and end time by GPS if GPS is able to calculate that time. If GPS is able to calculate start and end times, it will send the times to your portal, and you can assign those times to employee. Now another option to pay your employees is pay by clocking in and clocking out time. And let's say that employee here, right now it's clocked in with GPS, and employee clocks out. We can see in our portal when we refresh it that employee clocked in 5:17, clock out 5:18, worked 1 minute, $14 an hour, 19 cents an hour. We can save that time. Also, another option is employee can mark time themselves, how long they worked. If they click on that clock in button in the app, click on mark time, it will we'll take them here, and let's say they started at 10:15 a.m. and finished at 1:19 p.m. Click save time. The time is saved, and if we refresh our portal here, we'll see that mark time appears here from 10:15 to 1:19 p.m. That's 3.05 hours, and we can save those hours for the employee, and we can add, if we want to modify, we can add additional hour. Let's add one more hour. Maybe employee did something 1 hour in the office. That's 4.07 hours, and we save changes for the day for the employee. Now what we do, we go to the paycheck section, and once we in a paycheck session, let's go for this period, we see that we have a time that we can send to QuickBooks. That's 4.07 hours. Let's send this 4.07 hours to QuickBooks, and now it's sending. Okay, once it's sent, it became gray, so that it's sent for the day. And if we go to QuickBooks to employee, and we find Carla, make sure before we run payrolls that everything is checked up. Hourly rate, let's do it $14 an hour. Saved all the social securities, all the exemptions are set up, otherwise you won't be able to run your payroll. And then once that employee is set up, let's go and run the payroll. Click the button here from QuickBooks, you should be familiar with that. And we pay that employee every other Friday, so we click continue. And we see here that Carla, that 4.07 hours that we have right here, is in this section right here. 4.7 hours was sent from QuickBooks. All right, so now you can just simply go and preview payroll and pay employees based on those hours that you sent from Strict Manager to QuickBooks. Another option that I want to talk about is if you pay your employees based on percentage from sales. Let's say here pay by hour rate, but now we're gonna pay employee based from sales. We click on this button right here, and it opens another tab, pay percentage from sales. Let's say here need to mark this window in here. We pay, let's say 70% from all sales to the employee or to the team. And let's do actually one more trick for you. It won't be only Carla who worked, but Carla and Gerda who worked there. So it will open two windows. Let's say this for Carla. All right, so now it's Carla payment and Gerda payment, right? So if we total payout for the team is 70% right here. Now we pay 50% for Carla and 50% for Gerda. That comes out to $7 for each. But we can modify that also. We can, let's say we add, because Carla was driving a car, so we add another $3 to her if we want to, or we can do even more modification, take those $3 from total payout and then split the remaining. So basically now Carla will be getting $8.5 and Gerda will be getting $5.5, and we save those payments for both. And once those payments are saved, we go to the paycheck for that day, and we see that Gerda actually has a new payment, and that will automatically calculate her hours. And we see that Carla's hours here are modified. Before it was 4 hours, so modification is in yellow. We can send this or send all hours to QuickBooks again, and if we go to QuickBooks, then close that window and run payroll again. we will see that times were modified, and car list time should be 2.5 hours instead of 4 hours. Here you go, 2.5 hours. So what happened here, I paid percentage from sales, but then I sent hours to QuickBooks. Another option is simply calculate percentage of sales and go here, salary pay, and take that number and pay them as a contractors. If you don't need to send hours to QuickBooks or so on, but those are very useful options that you should consider paying your employees based on hour or based on sales, and Strict Manger makes it easy. And if you have any questions, any recommendations, or any suggestions, you're always welcome to email us at info@strictmanager.com. Thank you.